I'll be happy to join you today for some additional comments on the topic we are discussing today. It's a real pleasure, and it's important to highlight that this summit over the last 2 days, our main task is not only the technical or regulatory issues. There are also quite a lot of elements linked to ethical elements. And here we need to share the condition under which AI can truly serve human dignity, democracy, and societal well-being. We, as the European Union, have taken a leading role globally, developing a rights-based approach to AI governance. Several key legislative pillars already form the foundation of ethical AI, including in healthcare, a sector where the benefits are immense, but so are the risks as well. As a member of the European Parliament and of the Committee on Civil Liberties, Justice and Home Affairs, but also as substitute member in the Public Health Committee, my work is driven by one conviction: AI must be shaped by democratic societies, not the other way around, and we cannot allow technology to erode the rights and freedoms that generations of Europeans fought to secure. Instead, we must ensure that AI strengthens trust in institutions, fairness in public services, transparency in decision-making, and protection of all people, especially the most vulnerable. The European Union has already taken historic steps in this direction, although this is now under certain pressure. The network that we have been, or the system that we have been able to create with the General Data Protection Regulation, we have set a global benchmark for privacy and data protection, establishing clear limits on the processing of sensitive data and placing the individual at the center of digital governance. This remains a cornerstone for any responsible use of AI. The European health data space further enhances this protection by ensuring that health data, perhaps the most sensitive data of all, is handled with strict security, purpose limitation, and full respect for citizens' rights, while still enabling medical research and AI innovation that can save lives. And of course, with the adoption of the AI Act, Europe is again leading the world. The Act established a risk-based approach that directly reflects our commitment to fundamental rights, accountability, and democratic oversight. High-risk systems, such as those used in healthcare, must be transparent, properly tested, compliant with strict standards, and always subject to meaningful human control. For general-purpose AI, including the most advanced models, the Act introduces clear obligation designed to prevent opaque and accountable technologies from influencing our societies without scrutiny. These are political choices, and they reflect a European vision in which innovation is necessary, but never at the cost of human dignity. In healthcare, the stakes are enormous. AI has the potential to improve diagnostics, personalized treatment, and expand access to care, but it also carries risks of discrimination, unequal access, and unchecked surveillance. If we want doctors and patients to trust these systems, then we must build them on clear ethical foundations and strong regulatory guarantees. That is why our legislative work interacts so closely with instruments like the Medical Devices Regulation and the Cybersecurity Act, because medical AI must not only work, but it must be safe, secure, and rights respecting. Yet the European approach alone is not enough. The question raised in this workshop speaks to a reality that all of us recognize: the governance of AI must become global if it is to be effective. Fragmentation is a danger, and divergent regulatory regimes risk creating loopholes that undermine safety, divide markets, and erode trust. But the answer cannot be a race to the bottom, and therefore the answer must be rather cooperation grounded in shared human values. Technical standards must become interoperable, human rights principles must be recognized as universal, And access to AI infrastructure must not become a privilege of only the richest states or the most powerful companies. Allow me to underline something essential. Ethics cannot remain an afterthought. Ethics must be the architecture, the framework that shapes design, deployment, accountability, and enforcement. AI must remain under human control. It must be transparent in its objectives and understandable in its effects. It must protect personal data, avoid discriminatory outcomes, and operate under democratic oversight. These are not obstacles to innovation, they are conditions for its legitimacy. They are what will ensure that societies adopt AI confidently rather than fearfully. We have now the opportunity to build a global ecosystem that protects rights, encourages creativity, enables scientific progress, and strengthens the rule of law. But this future will not happen by default. It depends on political will, technical cooperation, and the courage to regulate technologies that are developing faster than any generation before us has ever experienced. Here, I would add that the European Commission has recently proposed the so-called digital omnibus, some changes in a number of legislative acts related to the digital environment in which we live, including GDPR, AI. We need to be very careful to where we find a balance between allowing innovation and creativity, but at the same time keeping the ethical standards. And this is even more important when we talk about healthcare, health data, and everything which is related to that. I'm very thankful to the other speakers today with their very interesting contributions. I am looking forward to continue our cooperation on these topics. Thank you.